Russian soldiers crying as they recount phone calls with their families, describing Putin's invasion and the shelling of cities as, quote, crimes committed against the Ukrainian people, suggesting they were deceived about Russia's military operation, and saying Putin is trying to deceive the world with his purported reason for invading. All of it coming from 3 Russian prisoners of war who spoke to our Sebastian Shukla in a remarkable 30-minute conversation. One of them indicating that Russian troops are widely opposed to the war, telling Seb, quote, "I know in my unit, they are totally against it." Sebastian Shukla is out front, and he has been covering the war in Ukraine since the lead up to the invasion. And of course, for so many years, I know you have spent an incredible amount of time in the country, in the Donbass. So Seb, you had this remarkable opportunity now to meet with, to speak with these captured soldiers up close. They were upset by the civilian casualties. One soldier telling you, and I just want to read this quote of what they said to you, "It was a horrifying fact, not just because it is a crime. It's vandalism. You cannot forgive such things. To bomb a maternity ward?" The soldier, of course, Seb, was referring to that Mariupol maternity ward bombing in which multiple people were killed, including a woman and her unborn child. Seb, tell me more about that conversation.
Well, Erin, I was able to speak to them one-to-one after a press conference on Friday in Kiev, and I can say honestly that they sounded remorseful to me. They sounded regretful for what had happened. But I want to start by saying initially that what the Ukrainians are doing here is incredibly controversial. They are violating one of the international laws, which is on human rights. It's the Geneva Convention, which talks about not making prisoners of war items of public debate. And that is clearly what is happening here, not just from the 3 that I spoke to, but all of the others who've been paraded on Ukrainian television too. I want to read you some of the quotes that they told us. And it says, you know, "We don't see any Nazis or fascists. I think it was invented as a pretext. It's something the world cannot understand. But Putin and his circle need this in order to achieve their own objectives. But now cities of peaceful civilians are being destroyed. Even I don't know what can justify the tears of a child, or even worse, the deaths of innocent people and children." And, you know, I think it's abundantly clear just from that one quote that this is not a war that their hearts are invested in. And it seems very, very clear that this is President Putin's war, not theirs.
I mean, it is pretty stunning, right? I mean, you just think about the entire structure of, you know, the largest militaries on this planet, right? It all relies on soldiers doing what they're told. And I know one of the POWs talked to you about their Ukrainian captors. And as you point out, even talking to them, I understand, is controversial. That's why we're not showing their faces. And you're putting quotes and choosing not to show the video. Mm-hmm. But they told you this treatment has been acceptable. They've offered us food and drink. They offered medical treatment. Did the soldiers, Seb, give you any impression that they were speaking under duress?
I didn't get that feeling. I mean, look, let's be honest. There were Ukrainian security intelligence officials and officers in the room. They were wearing balaclavas. They had AK-47s. They were loaded. But there was nothing to suggest that what they were saying was scripted in any way. I found what they had to say to be genuinely very compelling. Lots of what was said came from who would be the ranking officer in the room. And you know, they spoke candidly about wanting to be able to go home and wanting to go and see their families, but also about the uncertainty about what is going to happen to them. You know, and one of the things that they said to us, you know, is, you know, our fate is in the hands of the armed forces of Ukraine. Of course, we want to see our families and loved ones and to meet them and hug them because they're worried. And the crimes that we committed, we will all be judged the same. And Erin, on the topic of being judged for crimes, that was one very disturbing piece of information that he told us, was that the bombs that the Russians are dropping across Ukraine are not guided, they're not ballistic, they are not precision guided in any way. They are World War II bombs that have been updated and upgraded, and they are dropped indiscriminately so that when they land, the damage is extensive. And I think it's very, very clear that the world is judging them now, and that President Putin and that this war that he's calling a special operation is going to reflect on them very, very badly.